By the time Doyle was 13, she had stopped expecting to be understood, or even noticed. She didn't rebel, shout, slam her door, or sneak out at night. No, Anna's defiance was quieter, more insidious. She was getting better at pretending. At school, she was the nice girl, polite and on time, sharp enough to impress, not never enough to threaten, always with a pencil and a smile. Never the kind of girl who needed help. She was funny too. Not the center of attention kind of funny. The type of funny that made people feel comfortable. So she became useful, helpful, predictable. Even with her friends, she was the one who gave more than she got. She remembered birthdays, showed up with snacks, listened for hours on end. When they forgot her birthday, she told herself she was being sensitive. Anna's whole life became a performance of "I'm fine." Because when you believe early that love is conditional, you become an expert in emotional costume changes. You become who they need before they even ask. And every time someone sighs in frustration or forgets you exist, you wonder what you did wrong. Again, she didn't cut herself. She didn't act out. She just tightened, became harder on herself, set her standards higher, ever higher. She was the girl who cried only behind locked bathroom doors, and then wiped her face, looked in the mirror and said out loud, "Get it together." She was 17 when she started having stomach issues. Doctors couldn't find anything wrong. Stress, they said. She nodded, but inside she was screaming, "How can I be stressed? I'm doing everything right." But her body was telling the truth her mouth couldn't. The truth that had no safe place to land. "I don't feel safe anywhere. Not even in my own skin." At school, she was asked to give a speech for the academic banquet. She practiced it for days, rewrote it 3 times. And on the day of the event, someone's mic didn't work. So they skipped her speech to stay on schedule. She smiled and said, "No problem." Said it wasn't a big deal. Laughed it off. Then sat in her car afterward and stared straight ahead. Fingers frozen on the steering wheel, unable to start the engine. She felt like her whole chest was caving in. But still, she didn't cry. She'd learned too well how to swallow grief and call it grace. And every time she swallowed her sadness, her fear, her longing, the seed grew. That same seed that had taken root when she spilled her milk at 6. That same seed that was planted at 3. When her parents' silence felt heavier than anger, it was now wrapped around her entire identity. A vine of shame growing through the foundation of who she believed she had to be. Anna didn't trust her own instincts. She didn't trust her own wants. Even when she got accepted into a great college, she wasn't proud, just relieved. Relieved she hadn't disappointed anyone. Relieved the performance was holding. But she was tired. Bone tired. Not from lack of sleep, but from living every day inside a fortress she'd built to protect herself from rejection. She didn't know then that her symptoms were messages. That her anxiety, her overthinking, her muscle tension were echoes of a child who had never felt truly safe. She thought it was her fault. Thought she just wasn't strong enough. Didn't realize that the act of surviving without validation is itself an act of profound strength. One night, in her senior year, a boy told her, "I feel like you're holding something back. Like I never get the real you." She smiled and said, "That's probably true." She didn't explain. Didn't try to fix it. Because in that moment something small shifted. Not a breakthrough. Not a healing. But a soft flicker of truth. She was tired of performing. She just didn't know how to stop. Not yet.